Well, are you ready for some unindoctrination? I hope you are, because ready or not, here it comes. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, coming to you live from the heartland of America, coming in the spirit of 1776 and with a rebel yell. Whether the tyrants are 4,000 miles away, 400 miles away, or today 40 or 4 miles away, the same blood of these same patriots runs through our veins, and we will not surrender. We've drawn a line in the sand. Don't push us anymore, or you won't like the results. Isn't that right, Daniel? Hell yeah. Folks, we got an interesting topic for you tonight. We were going to have a guest that didn't work out, but we'll probably have that guest back. So we're going to talk about something tonight that I think is very important, something that I think is very appropriate. And I was reading, I always do the good news segment on the website. So that requires that I look through some news sources, and I saw this and I was almost shocked to see it. And things just began to go off in my mind. And this probably won't be a real long topic tonight, but this is going to be powerful for you. And I hope that it'll help you see where we really are. I'm glad you caught a live one, Mary. Hope that it will help you see exactly who we are and exactly who is against us and what the program is, what the plan is. And tonight I want to entitle this, Good Times We're Here, and they will be again soon, in spite of Bible prophecy. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, the mailman, and I keep delivering. I keep telling you what the prophecy pimps want to keep secret, because good times are bad for people that believe in Bible prophecy. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. Bible prophecy, ladies and gentlemen, and those that preach and believe it, want to see our world burn. Who are you to say this, Jeff? Well, for 20 years, I was a full-time evangelist, ladies and gentlemen. I have a Bible college degree. I have over 100,000 hours of study in the biblical scriptures. As the Dome Turn says, I heard you on Jerinism, liked your content. Thanks. I, like you, don't think Trump is a deception. I don't either until I see the reasons. Thank you for being here. It was great to talk with Jerinism. I don't think that'll be the last time. But if you don't believe me, and if you don't believe my experience, if you don't believe my education, and you don't believe my 100,000 hours plus of studying, just to give you perspective, it is said that if you have 10,000 hours of study in any particular discipline, you're an expert. Well, I have 10 times that. What does that make me? Well, let me answer for you. That makes me the best in the world at what I do. It makes me le champion, with apologies to my friend Chris Jericho. He's le champion in his realm. I'm le champion in mine, and there's no disputing that. And if you don't believe me, believe what the words of the Bible itself says. Believe with me. Believe me. Believe what you see, the words they say in their own Bible. And this is in the bloody red letters. I know you like the red letters, but those red letters are bloody red letters. That's why they're red, because it's blood magic, mind control. And the bloody red letters say, and this is Plastic Jesus saying this. This is Plastic Jesus saying this, ladies and gentlemen. Plastic Jesus himself. And he says, I have come to ignite a fire on the earth. Jesus. And how I wish it was already burning. But he says, I have a baptism to undergo. And how distressed I am until it's accomplished. What does that tell you? It tells me that Plastic Jesus is shaking in his little plastic sandals, because he knows he's trying to burn it down, and he's not going to be able to burn it down. More on that particular part of the script. I know you call it the scripture, but I call it the script because that's what it is. More on that in just a moment. Now, I was looking at this article and it just hit me that the mainstream, which is the mainstream media, we know who they are, and the lamestream, which is and are the Christian prophets on YouTube. They're the lamestream media. And the mainstream and the lamestream wants to shorten our memories. They want to make us forget very, very quickly. And they want to arrest our vision in a couple of different ways. They want to arrest our vision so that we don't live in it, grow in it, and control it ourselves. But they also want to arrest it because they want to take our vision and our manifestation and use it to bring about their agenda. The Patriot Within says that he wanted to change his name to Grandmaster Sexy, but a WWE guy already has it, and I already am it. So sorry, Patriot Within. Sorry about that. But we can't let them shorten our memories. And I just want to remind you. And I just want to allow you to understand and to take control of your own vision and not let them take control of it. There's a report called the Census Report. The Census Report, or this is actually the headline. I'm in the third day of a fast, and I'm detoxing more than usual. And so I'm not exactly at my best, but I think we will be able to bring you some great information anyway. The Federalist.com ran this headline. It says, Census Report shows how jaw-dropping Trump's economy was before the shutdowns. Now, this is back in December, but this is already October. And because of the mainstream and because of the lamestream YouTube Christian prophets, we've forgotten just how good things were. And I want to remind you just how good things were because it's important. It's important. Based on this Census Bureau report released Tuesday, today's Thursday, today's Wednesday, released Tuesday, the current debate over economic policy might come down to a question of numbers. Which would you prefer, ladies and gentlemen? Which would you prefer? Would you prefer a $1,200 stimulus check while not working, while you're being locked down? Or would you prefer nearly $4,400 pay increase in a growing job? Which would you prefer? $1,200 stimulus check while not working, or a $4,400 pay raise in a growing job? Thank you, Cynthia. The headline number from the census report sounds so large that you almost think it's a misprint. Real median income for American households increased nearly 7% in 2019. Think about that. A jump of almost $4,400. Think about that for a minute. That's a 6.8% increase in your pay. How many of your jobs give you a 6.8% pay annually to all of their workers? How many of you, I know I was in the military, we didn't get 6.8%. I've always worked on commission, so I don't even really know what this thing's salary is that you talk about. But how many businesses give 7% annual raise to all of their workers? And well, that's just a statistic. Well, this statistic becomes even more meaningful when you consider the actual terminology that's here. Real median income means take inflation into account and to represent the 50th percentile of American income. So in other words, well, it's just because the rich got richer. No, because when you're representing down to the 50th percentile of American income, so big an increase in income for the top 1% of earners wouldn't really move the median income number one bit. In other words, in order for things to go up 7%, $4,400, the benefits of economic growth had to be going to the vast majority of all American households. The Christian prophets are lying to you. the mainstream media is lying to you. The Democrats are lying to you when they say it's just the rich that were getting richer. And that's why it makes it look like the economy was growing. Not true. It's down to the 50th percentile. It's down to middle America. An inspiration just in the growth in just the rich people wouldn't make it move like that. So we got a 7% increase in our wages last year, $4,400. I want you to remember that. Now, the poverty rate also declined in 2019 for the 5th consecutive year. Donald Trump responsible for 4 of those. Last year, the poverty level fell to its lowest rate ever. The lowest rate since we started keeping track of the poverty rate. It fell to the lowest rate, 10.5%. Do you understand what that means? That means that nearly 90% of Americans, live above the poverty rate. That's good news. That's good hot coffee too. Thank you, Cynthia. It also shows that the economic boom benefited all classes of Americans, not just the rich. And beyond those 2 data points, there's other elements of the report that show the benefits of widespread prosperity. The number of individuals in work increased. That's the total number of workers with earnings went up 2.2 million. 2.2 million. And the number of full-time year-round workers went up over 1 million. Real household earnings increased at such a phenomenal rate, not just because people earned more money at their existing jobs, but because more people had jobs. Folks, things were really, really, really good in 2019, 2018, 2017. Ever since Donald Trump got in office, things have been really, really good. And the data also undermines the leftist, the mainstream stereotypes about how our country's supposed systemic racism, misogyny, and xenophobia. I want you to listen to this, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to listen to this because times were really good. A really short time ago, median incomes for Black people rose 8%. Median incomes for Hispanic people rose 7%. And households rose at a faster rate than incomes for households led by non-Hispanic whites, 5.7%, almost 6%. So the people that aren't white got the most privilege in 2019. Imagine that. And they earned it. I'm glad to see it. Median incomes for women went up 8% and grew more than 3 times as fast as incomes for men. Do we have a problem with female privilege in this country? Do we need to address the inequity of women and their incomes going up 3 times as fast as the incomes for men? Should I begin to say male lives matter? Should I get upset? Should I get worried? And the poverty rates for Black folks and Hispanic folks fell to all-time lows. Why do you think Trump is pulling in up to 40% of the Black and the Hispanic vote? Those people are not stupid. They like divinity. They like sovereignty. They like freedom. They don't like dependent upon crazy Nancy. They like depending upon themselves. Everybody likes to be divine. Everybody likes to be sovereign. Everybody likes to be free, and everybody deserves to be divine, sovereign, and free. Black people deserve to be able to take care of themselves. Hispanic people deserve to be able to take care of themselves. White people deserve to be able to take care of themselves. And we don't have to worry about Asian people because they always take care of themselves. Have you ever seen a broke Asian? I'm just asking. No, they work. They do it. They get along. And again, these statistics, coupled with the fact that the poverty rate declined for the largest groups like single mothers and individuals with disabilities, show how broad-based economic boom and how it reduced inequality, bringing benefits to the vast majority of American families. Man, things were going really good just a really, really, really short time ago. But now Crazy Nancy, there she is. They're spending all of their time and all of their energy fighting for a stimulus that would keep paying people to stay home, keep paying people to stay in their house, keep paying people to not go to work. And given the way last year's gangbusters economy gave the vast majority of households a whopping raise, perhaps the Democrats should consider that the American people, to say nothing of the economy as a whole, would benefit more from people working rather than people being on the government titty. And you think they would tailor their policies according? Well, Jeff, you're probably just reading from a conservative guy. Well, Chris Jacobs, founder and CEO of Juniper Research Group, who wrote and compiled this study, he has contributed to such conservative papers like the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, the Washington Post, USA Today. This guy is not just a conservative activist, and I wouldn't call him a conservative activist at all. This is good news. Things were really, really, really good. And that's why the Christian prophets got really, really, really worried. Because remember, the Christian prophets want to burn everything down. And good times are terrible for Christian prophets. How are you going to scare people when things are going good? How are you going to keep people in fear and worry and dread when things are going good? How are you going to keep people under control and get them to believe everything you say when they're too busy stacking money and fulfilling their dreams? You can't do it because bad times are good for Bible prophecy and good times are bad for Bible prophecy. And as the Dome Turns brings up the scamdemic, the plandemic, stupid 19, that all counts. That's all part of what we're about to talk about now. Things were so good, ladies and gentlemen. We were saying peace and security. And then in 1 Thessalonians 5:3, it says, when people are saying peace and security, destruction will come upon them suddenly, like labor pains on a pregnant woman, and they will not escape. This is what the Christian prophets want. Have you ever stopped to think about that? Those of you that are Christians, you are praying for prophecy to be fulfilled. And for prophecy to be fulfilled, the world's got to burn. You're praying for the world to burn. You say that you hate one world government, but you're praying for a one world government. But it's God. Oh, it's your guy, so one world government's okay. You hate one world government. You preach against one world government. You're afraid of one world government, but one world government from your guy's okay? Can't you see the hypocrisy and the danger in that? You rail and preach and teach against one world religion, but you're praying for one world religion to come. Oh, but that's our religion. So if one world religion comes and it's yours, that's okay? Can't you see the hypocrisy? Can't you see the danger of that? In December, we didn't just have it good, we had it better than it's ever been in the United States of America. We had more peace than we'd ever had before. We had more security than we've ever had before. And the Bible, Christian prophets, and the communists, and they're the same people, they could not stand it, so they had to try to bring sudden destruction upon us because things were too good. We had too much peace. We had too much security, so they had to bring some destruction upon us. And, there's a reason why it says like labor pains in a pregnant woman. A woman that's having labor pains been pregnant about 9 months, right? So it's not like something came upon her she wasn't even aware of because she knew she was pregnant. They knew how good things were going. They knew how much peace we had. They knew how much security we had. And they'd been planning to bring this destruction upon us. So it shows that it wasn't just a sudden destruction from out of nowhere, but it shows that they've been planning this destruction. And their hope is that we won't escape, but it's going to be turned on them and they won't escape. That's the reality of it, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, Bible prophecy and those that preach and believe it want to see our world burn. And Plastic Jesus himself said, I'll read it again, I've come to ignite a fire on the earth, and I wish it were already kindled, but I have a baptism undergo, and how distressed I am until it is accomplished. Let's back up a couple steps and let's look at these things. Let's look at 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 in verse number 3. Let's do what the Christian prophets won't do. Let's actually get into the text of the scripture and take a good look at it. Let's not say what we think the text means. Let's not say what somebody told us the text means. Let's not say what some entity told us it means. Let's look at what it actually says itself. Is that all right with you? Well, if it's not, sorry, because it is all right with me. So I want to show you this. And I want you to see exactly what we're talking about, folks. Exactly what we're talking about. This is the text. And it doesn't matter what you think about the text. The text does not care what you think. The text does not care how you feel. The text doesn't care what your mom told you, your grandma, your grandpa, your pastor, your priest, your guru. The text doesn't care. The text just says what it says. So let's look at this. For when they shall say peace and safety, sudden destruction comes upon them like travail upon a woman with child, so they shall not escape. We're going to look at that a little more in depth. I want you to notice some things. So while people, and remember over here it said when they say peace and safety. So the they is not the people writing this script. It's other people saying peace and safety. Do you understand what I'm saying? The people that believed this script, the people that wrote this script, it's not them saying peace and safety. It's other people saying peace and safety. It's not the Christians saying peace and safety. It's the Christian whistleblowers saying peace and safety. We are they. Me is they. You see that? That's very, very important because it's not them. Over here it just says people, but it's not them, ladies and gentlemen. It's other people saying, and other people laying down to sleep, other people laying argument to rest. See, the stuff I just showed you, it can't be debated. It can't be argued with. It's absolutely, positively just raw data. It is what it is. It's real. We saw it happen. Very much opposed to Bible prophecy. Have you seen it happen? No. And you never will because it's not real. But we laid our argument down to rest. Our argument had closure. We brought it to a conclusion. This is what the text says. And it wasn't them, it was us. We were saying, what were we saying? We were, again, telling people, showing people. We laid our argument to rest. You see that? We say it was like a lawyer saying his what do they call that when he gives his final statement? What's that called? Concluding arguments or whatever. But we were doing that, and we did that. We did that. And what were we saying? We were saying peace. What is peace? Quietness. It is peace of mind. We had peace of mind, ladies and gentlemen. It was beautiful. We had peace of mind. We knew that we had a job to go to in the morning. We knew it was going to pay us well. We knew that we had a stable economy. We knew that America was growing. We knew that we had a president that was waging peace, not war. He was bringing home troops. We didn't have to worry about our sons and daughters, mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers going to war because we were getting out of the war business. We had peace of mind. We had peace and we had peace of mind. Do you remember when Plastic Jesus said he gives peace that passes all understanding? That's a lie. That's a code in the script because we saw that Jesus doesn't give peace. Jesus came to give what? Fire. And he came to bring a sword. But those of us that are really of peace, We come to bring peace that passes all understanding. That's why some of us right now, even in the midst of all of this craziness, we have that sweet peace that passes all understanding. And we were tied together as a whole. The nation was very united. You didn't see this racial hatred. We had beaten down the Obama hatred. We were joined together. We were in wholeness and oneness. That's what peace is. Yes, it was peace because there was no wars. Yes, it was peace because President Trump was waging peace, not war. They wanted him to go to war with Iran. He said, no, not going to do it. Not over a drone. They were pissed. The Bible prophets were pissed too. Well, it says that there's going to be wars and rumors of wars, and Trump won't give us wars, so we hate him. You know it's true. They want him to go to war with North Korea. Instead, he went over there and shook the guy's hands and has formed a relationship. And guess what? Nothing bad's come out of North Korea, has it? Because we're waging peace. But you got to remember, peace is bad for Bible prophets. Bible prophets need war and lots of it. And if they can't get war, they can't get their prophecies. That's why they hate peace. That's why Bible prophecy hates peace. But there was peace breaking out everywhere. Peace, peace, peace. We were saying peace. And also we were saying security. What's security? Certainty, safety, reliability, firmness. We had a reliable job. We had a job that we knew was steady. We were not tottering. We were not being blown about by every wind of doctrine. We were secure because we were firm. And we were secure because we were firm by our damn selves. We didn't have to depend upon crazy Nancy. We didn't have to depend upon Depends. Who was the big fat Depends guy? I forget his name, that waddled off stage day because he soiled himself. Man, we were certain and secure within our own selves, safe, reliable, certain, and secure, not based on anybody else, but we were based on our damn selves. We were divine, we were sovereign, we were free. And there'd never been more peace in the United States history than there was on December of 2019. There'd never been more security than ever. There's never been more security in the history of the United States than there was in December of 2019. Our economy had never been as good. Our employment numbers had never been as good. Our wages had never been as good. Our stock market had never been as good. There had never been as much peace and security as there was last December. But you forgot all that because the mainstream media and the lamestream media has caused you to forget it by putting fear and guilt and worry and doubt into your mind. Never forget, peace is bad for Bible prophecy. Security's bad for Bible prophecy. They need war. They need to burn this mofo down. And there was no fires anywhere. So what did they do? There was peace and there was security. So what did they have to do? If we were the ones saying peace and security, and it wasn't the writers of this script, remember, it was they who were saying peace and security. If they were saying peace and security, then where does the sudden destruction come from? Huh? Where does the sudden destruction come from? If we're the they saying peace and safety, we're the dumb people saying peace and safety. You can go on lots of channels that I can name right now, and they will tell you how stupid Jeffrey Daugherty is for saying things are good and going to get better. They will tell you how stupid anyone is who trusts and believes in what we just saw for the last 4 years. They'll tell us we're stupid to believe what we just saw. We're stupid to believe what we just experienced. They'll say that we are dumb, stupid, ridiculous. Because we say peace and safety. And if we are the they saying peace and safety, who's the ones that brought the sudden destruction upon us? We're the them. We're the they. We're the them. Who brought sudden destruction upon us? The Christian prophecy crowd brought the sudden destruction upon us. The mainstream media brought the sudden destruction upon us. The Illuminati, Jesuit, Freemason, New World Order, Lemish cabal brought the sudden destruction upon us because we were in peace and safety like never before. And they knew that if they didn't stop it, they would never be able to stop it. It would be over for them. So they brought sudden destruction upon us. Ladies and gentlemen, they brought this sudden destruction upon us. And what does it mean? What does it mean? And if you notice, there's really no sudden, because that's not in the language, just destruction, because it's not sudden, because they planned it, just like a pregnancy is planned. Destruction came upon them. What is destruction? Destruction, death, ruin, doom. What are they doing when they're out there? Looting and burning and beating and fighting. They're bringing ruin. They're bringing doom. They're bringing destruction. And yes, they're even bringing death. They're even bringing death. They're bringing an undoing of what? Undoing of the peace, undoing of the safety. They undid the greatest economy America's ever saw. See how easy this is when you let the text say? So they brought destruction. And it came upon them. What does suddenly mean? It came upon them unexpected. It came upon them suddenly. We probably weren't expecting it to happen. But now we know their game plan. But it really wasn't unexpected. It might have been unexpected to us. And it shouldn't have been unexpected to us, because it was planned just like a pregnancy. And they say that we will not escape. And they're right. Because what does that word escape mean? It means to flee away. You're right. We brought the peace and the safety, the peace and the security. You brought the sudden destruction. And you're right. We will not flee. We will not run. We will not hide. We're not going anywhere. We've drawn a line in the sand. We're not fleeing. We're not running away. We're not trying to escape. We are going to stand. We are going to stand. We will not flee. You're right. They will not escape. We will not flee. Do you hear what I'm saying to you? Antifa, Black Lives Matter, Democratic Party, all of you communists, you Bible prophets, which are also pushing communism. We're not going to flee. These colors don't run. We will not flee. We will not go away. We are here to stay. And now you've gone and pissed us off. So now you've got us to deal with, and we're pissed off. You better reconsider your plans. You'd better reconsider your plans. Do you see how easy it is to see what the script says when you recognize that it's a script and you actually treat it like a script? And if you have the focus life force energy coming into your home, if you have the focus life force energy coming to your phone, it helps you to be in this high consciousness state, because it brings EMF mitigation to you. It brings grounding to you. It brings uptake of nutrients to you. It brings peace and safety to you, even when you're in the midst of destruction and fire from the crazy people of the Democrat Party, the BLM, the Antifa, the communism, the Christians, the prophets, because they're all the same thing. I've showed you that repeatedly in the last 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Bible prophecy and its proponents have been planning our demise, waiting for the moment. They planned it like a pregnancy is planned. They were waiting for the moment when there was too much peace and too much security. There was so much peace and so much security, they knew that if they didn't act, then it would be over for them. So they sprung this on us. What did they do? When they saw that there was so much peace and so much security, that they were about to lose their ability to oppose us, they saw so much peace, they saw so much security, that they knew Bible prophecy was never going to happen. those that preach Bible prophecy, those that believe Bible prophecy, those that want to see our world burn, knew December of 2019, there's no way this thing's going to burn. There's too much peace. There's too much safety. We're about to become irrelevant. So what did they do? They brought sudden destruction. How did they do it? They ignited a fire. Let's look at this verse, Luke, this part of the script. And I bind the power of these words as we read them. Luke chapter 12. See, I'm being nice to you. I'm not making you watch me go to it because that can be a little tough on the peepers. I know. 12:49. Let's look at this. This is beautiful. Man, this is powerful stuff. It really is. No, let's go to something else here. Let's go here. Yeah. That's the good stuff right there, ladies and gentlemen. These are the bloody red letters. You know, I was wrong. This the Thessalonians wasn't bloody red letters, but these are. I don't know if I said the Thessalonians were bloody red letters or not, but these are the red letters, the bloody red letters, the black magic mind control matrix red letters. Jesus, the Prince of Peace. I'm come to send fire on the earth. How can you be the Prince of Peace and you've come to send fire on the earth? That's called a contradiction, but there's none in the Bible. I just showed you one. Now what you going to do? That the truth and the reality has broken out all over you, brother. I'm come to send fire on earth. And I wish it was already kindled, but it can't be kindled yet because I got a baptism to be baptized with, and I'm shaking in my little plastic sandals if it will be accomplished. You really thought I was coming to give peace? He says, did you really think I was the Prince of Peace? Like I told you? No, I'm the Prince of Division. How much more do you have to see to know that the Bible is a book of lies? Here's Jesus, the Prince of Peace, saying, did you really think I was coming to give you peace? I tell you, no, stupid. I came in to bring division. What more do you need to know? What more do I need to show that the Bible is a book of lies, deceit? It's an update of the Communist Manifesto. Let's look at this. Let's look at this. Do you think that I've come to bring peace? No, I didn't come to bring peace. All those things that were here had nothing to do with Jesus. You thanking Jesus for your job. You should have been thanking Donald Trump, and you should have been thanking all of us that were working. Donald Trump didn't make America great again. Donald Trump allowed us to make America great again. You're thanking Jesus, should be thanking Jeffrey. You're praying to Mary, you should be praying to Cynthia. We're the ones that were getting it done for you. If you want to pray to somebody, pray to Donald Trump. If you want to pray to somebody, pray to Melania. Because we were the ones that brought the peace and quietness, because Jesus just said, I didn't do it. Do you think I was coming to bring peace and safety? You were wrong. Jesus just said it. I didn't come to bring it. I came to bring division, breaking up, discord, hostility. Discord. I came to bring breaking up. I came to bring discord. I came to bring hostility. What are we living in right now? We're living in hostility, aren't we? What are we living in right now? We're living in discord, aren't we? And some of you are so stupid. We're living in a world that seems like it's breaking up right now, aren't we? What's the root of the word? We're living in a world that is divided. We're living in a world that's being broken up into parts. And who is bringing it? The guy, the eye of the red letters, Jesus. If you can't see this, you don't want to see this. Jesus said that he's not here to bring peace. He's not here to bring safety. You have to hear this. You have to understand this. Jesus, plastic Jesus himself, this guy, that guy, he said, I didn't come to bring peace. Donald Trump brought you the peace. Donald Trump brought a world where he got government out of the way and let us make our own peace. He let us be divine. He let us be sovereign. He let us be free. Donald Trump did not make America great again. Donald Trump helped us make America. He empowered us to make America great again. And Donald Trump won't keep America great, but he will empower us to keep America great, whether it came from Donald Trump or not. One thing we know, it did not come from Jesus, because Jesus said, I did not come to bring peace. Didn't come to bring it. What did I come to bring? Said plastic Jesus, I came to bring exactly what you see right now. Fire burning, destruction, breaking up into parts, hostility. This is what Jesus does. Why? John Lennon was wrong. John Lennon called Jesus a greasy little fascist. He was wrong. Jesus is a greasy little communist. Because what does communism bring? Communism brings division, destruction, fires. What does Jesus bring? Division, destruction, fires. I'm telling you, the Bible, prophecy, Christianity, communism, it's all the same thing. I've proven it to you over and over again. You can get it and benefit, or you can not get it and die in it. It's up to you, and you'll come back again. You know, I'm like the Fram oil filter man. Remember the Fram oil filter man? The Fram oil filter man said, you can pay me now or you can pay me later. I'm just like that. You're going to listen to me and you're going to agree with me sooner or later, because I'm showing you the truth from the script, the encoded truth. I'm showing you. You want to get out of here? You want to get on to your next thing? I'm showing you how. I'm the mailman. I don't have a dog in the race. I'm just giving you the data. But Jesus came to bring division, discord, hostility, a breaking up. What you're seeing right now is Bible prophecy. Antifa's Bible prophecy. Black Lives Matter's Bible prophecy. Burning Seattle, burning Portland, burning Kenosha, burning Minneapolis, burning Kentucky. That's Bible prophecy, and that's the fruit of Bible prophecy. How you like that Bible prophecy now? Oh, not so much. Not so much. Here's the key. Again, Jesus, not Jeff, not Trump, but Jesus said he's come to ignite fire, strife, trials, fire. What do we see right now? Strife, trials, fire. And he came to bring it on earth, right here where we are. And how I wish, what kind of a sick, you know what, wishes that destruction was already here and already worse. I wish it was already kindled. I wish it was already set up. I wish this whole bitch was already burning. Jesus wishes this whole world was on fire. Bible prophets wish this whole world was on fire. Christians wish this whole world was on fire. Why? Because good times are bad for them. When it's good for humanity, it's bad for Christianity. Christianity is the enemy of humanity, just like communism is. It's the same thing. It can't be made any more clear. They tell you right in their own words. But watch this. Watch this. Again, it's plastic Jesus. He says, I wish that this whole thing was burnt down. Why does plastic Jesus want to burn everything down? Plastic Jesus wants to burn everything down for the same reason that Jimmy Swaggart told me something a long time ago. He said, Jeff, there's two ways to have the biggest church in town. One is you can burn everybody else's church down so yours is the only one left standing. Two is you can build a church that serves more people in a better way, and then you'll have the biggest church. Jesus, Christians, communists, prophecy, they all want to burn everything down. So they'll be the only one left standing because that's the only way they can win. They can't bring peace. They can't bring prosperity. They can't bring security. They can't bring safety. The central figure of that, all those isms, Jesus said he can't bring it. That's not what he's here for. Why are you waiting for Jesus to come back? Why are you praying for Jesus to come back when he says when he does, he's coming back burning, destroying, dividing, breaking? You don't need Jesus. You already got Antifa. Maybe Jesus is Antifa. You don't need Jesus. You already got Black Lives Matter. Maybe Jesus is Black Lives Matter. Bloody Lives Matter. Maybe you got it wrong. But look, little plastic Jesus is distressed. He's shaken in his little plastic sandals. Why is he distressed? What does distressed mean? He's just trying to hold it together. Plastic Jesus is like Joe Biden. He's just trying to hold it together. He's seized by illnesses just like Joe Biden, but he's just trying to hold it together. He's just trying to hold it together. He's afflicted with sickness. He can barely make it because there's too much peace, too much security, too much Christian whistleblowing going on. It's bad times for Jesus. Ever since 2017, really, really bad times for Jesus. Because that's how long we've been Christian whistleblowing around here. We've made him sick, and I'm so glad I've had a part in making plastic Jesus sick. He's afflicted. He's barely trying to hold it together. Watch this. I'm just trying to hold it. I'm barely trying to hold it together until what? I'm just barely trying to hold it together just a little longer so we can burn this whole bitch up and bring it to an end, bring it to complete and full destruction. I'm just here trying to hold it together till we can consummately burn everything down. This is the most important message that's being spoken in the world today. If you could see what's happening. And remember, Antifa's very distressed. BLM's very distressed. Crazy Nancy, the Democrats, Joe Biden, they're very, very distressed. The deep state's very, very distressed. The Christian prophets are very, very distressed. The Bible people, they're very, very distressed. They can barely hold it together, and they're just trying to hold it together long enough to burn everything down. But in order for them to burn everything down, remember what has to happen in order for them to burn everything down? For sudden destruction to come, what has to happen? We have to try to escape. We got to try to flee. Jeff, why do you say we're the last generation of real humans? For this reason right here. We're the last generation of real humans. We're the last generation of real Americans because we're going to stand. This is the last desperate hope for the New World Order. What we're seeing is the last desperate hope for communism, the last desperate hope for the Illuminati, the last desperate hope for the Freemasons, the last desperate hope for the Limbs. It's the last desperate hope for the cabal, led by Jesus, trying to bring fire, trying to bring sudden destruction. It's the last chance, the last shot they got. And if you were taking your C60 Purple Power, you'd get it. Ken's going to be with us tomorrow night. He's the CEO. It would knock those heavy metals out of your dome so you could wrap your mind around this truth and cleanse your mind of the error. It goes in empowers your mitochondria, which is what powers your cell. Can you imagine having every single cell firing on all cylinders and having that inertia go out into your whole body? That's what it's like being on C60 Purple Power. I haven't eaten since Sunday, but I take my C60 Purple Power. And what do you see here? Bam! Cliff High and his wife say it's what's keeping them alive. It's helping me to thrive. I'll say that much. Go to jeffreydaugherty.com, click on that logo, that C60 logo. You'll see it there. Or if you don't like my website, go to c60purplepower.com. Use the code TCW10. Your discount's already built in. Your discount's already built in, folks. Understand what we're looking at. Understand what we're looking at. The mainstream, the lamestream wants to make sure we have short memories and arrested vision. In the face of such good news from a source that's written for many publications that are far from conservative, how can you explain the doom and gloom outlook of all the YouTube lamestream and the mainstream media talking heads? We've just shown you why they're saying what they're saying, why they're doing what they're doing, because they work for that guy that's come to bring not peace, but destruction, that's come to bring a sword and fire. Ladies and gentlemen, the mainstream media, the lamestream media, the Christian prophets, the Bible toters, these are the people that have actually manifested what we're living in today. And they must be held accountable. They must be identified as the problem, and they must be resisted. They must be unsubscribed from. They must be not watched and not listened to. And when they ask you why, you tell them, you are trying to bring destruction. You're trying to burn our world down. You're trying to bring destruction when we want peace and safety. We had everything going and you guys blew it. You guys manifested it. And what really makes us mad is that we watched you, we listened to you, we supported you, and we allowed you to hijack our intention and use it to create this world that we're living in right now. It's not Joe Biden's fault. It's not Nancy's fault. It's the fault of the communists and the Christians, which are the same things. It's not Pelosi's fault. It's prophecy's fault. And every one of these Bible prophets, I dare you to prove me wrong. Every one of these, the world is ending presenters are of the biblical Christian prophecy crowd. Every one of them. They're intentionally trying to make us forget how good things were for every one of us just a few short months ago. And they're intentionally trying to arrest our vision to make sure that things don't take off like this again for all of us after a November 3rd Donald Trump victory. Simply put, good times are bad for biblical prophets and biblical prophecy channels. And they've got to do everything they can to distract you and keep you thinking things are bad, to keep you thinking things are getting worse, when all the objective data shows that things were good and we're about to get even better if we do our part. And part of it is ensuring a Trump victory on November 3rd, but part of it is not supporting the Christians anymore, not supporting the prophets anymore, calling them out, holding them accountable for what they've done. They lose. The only way they win is if we lose. The only way that Christianity can win is if there's wars and rumors of wars, if there's fire, if there's destruction. That's all the way they can win. We're living in a Christian orgasm right now. The prophets, they think this is the greatest thing they've ever seen. Do you see them on their channels? They're all excited. They're all excited. They're just hoping to hold it together a little bit longer to cause us to give up and flee. But we're not going anywhere. We're not fleeing. We're not giving up. Good times are bad for these people. They all say politics and presidents have nothing to do with it, even though it takes the right politics and the right president to get out of our way and to empower us to make America great again. It takes the right politics and the right president to get out of our way and empower us to keep America great. But they don't want us to do that, because if we do that, they're going to be right back where they were in December. Insignificant, irrelevant, and they won't be able to hold it together anymore. If little plastic Jesus can't hold his little plastic robe together, then the plastic will break. It'll fall apart. And I guarantee you, they will flee. They will run. They will retreat. They will pretend like it never happened. But we will hold them accountable. We will hold them accountable. They all want to promise you that things are bad and worse times are coming. Watch every one of these Christian prophecy channels. Watch them. Listen to them. What do they say? They all say the same thing. Things are getting worse. And they've got a hard on. They're wet about it. Jeff, you're so graphic. Well, sometimes you got to be graphic so you wake up and realize what's going on. The only way worse times come is if we listen to them and don't do what we know we should and what we know we can. Good times were here, and they will be again soon. No matter what the prophecy pimps say, we say no to them. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, the mailman, and I'm delivering to you what the prophecy pimps want to be kept secret. I didn't even look at the chat, not one time. I'll run into it now. Let's see. Critical Thinker saw a channel that's copying me. Sometimes it makes me mad too, but I'm reminded that imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. And it's so funny, the people that hate me the most copy me the most. And I take it as a great compliment. A great compliment. Let's see what else we got here. Love your channel, Jeff, says Christina. I can't wait for the good times. I'm inspired. Thank you, Christina. That's what I'm here for, is to inspire you. Not only to unindoctrinate you, but also to inspire you, to unindoctrinate you about religion, to unindoctrinate you about pseudoscience, to unindoctrinate you about false history. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for, by giving you the real truth and allowing you to decide what to do. Alan's tired of paying for people that don't want to try. I don't blame you, Alan. I'm right here with you. YouTube continues to show Sleepy Joe. Yeah, get used to it. Get used to it. When those people preach the end times, I say I don't consent to your doom and gloom. Goyle, you're very, very smart to do that. You're very, very smart to do that. Harry just got here. Nobody's ever come to save you, and he never even said he was coming. Why do these Christian people have this idea that Jesus is coming back to save them when he told them he's coming back to burn it down? Christina says, the problem with prophecy, the folks that have orchestrated this truly believe in this crap. So where does that leave us? That leaves us winners. Hashtag winners. We can manifest our future if we stop letting them hijack our manifestation. Period. Logic before authority says, be your own captain, save yourself, do not consent. Absolutely. Beautiful. Perfect. Daniel says if people would stop looking for something to save them, things will change drastically. There's another step to that, Daniel. They've got to stop looking for something to save them, and they've got to stop looking for someone to give them the answers. They tune in to their guru. They tune into their gurette. I've got to know what he says today. I've got to know what she says today. I've got to get my marching orders. They even say, stay tuned and I'll give you your marching orders. You'll know. Come on, man. Really? That's nonsense. Soulfullish Girl says, this channel feels like home. Thank you. I hope that you will make it yours. Harry says, bad news sells. Critical thinker with a great observation. This is why President Trump is the best man for his position, because he holds his bliss. He does. He looks happy because he knows, he sees. I think he's a great remote viewer, or has great remote viewers working for him. And tomorrow we're back into the Create Yourself Dianetics. Don't miss it. Don't miss it. Bible prophecy, says Uncle Kester. He's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. North Korea's been a straw man for 40 years. Whew. Great stuff. Great stuff. Great stuff. The whole system is designed to make people scared and stupid. Absolutely, Daniel. You're right. You are right. What else we got? I knew it was alive, and it's good to get confirmation. Absolutely. Lola says Jesus was sneak dissing. I'm not quite sure what that means, but I think I know, and you're right. You're right. Cynthia says, uh-oh, that's going to come back on us. Laugh out loud. I don't know what it was. She'll tell me after the show. So Jesus is here. I covered that yesterday. Watch that video as the dome turns. Jesus is already here. Paul said it. Paul said it. Wendy's talking about Jesus mowing the lawns. We need Jesus, man. We do. We do. Joe, Jesus himself is the divider. You know, Cynthia, communism brings death. It really does. It really does. Lola, burning brings hell on earth. Very, very good. Very, very good. You can't hide from actual truth. A lot of people are trying. I am Monica. Nice to see her. It's been a minute. Get up, and stand for your right. Sovereign and free, baby. Zero fear, period. Get that, Jesus. Get that con out of my face. Lola says that Jesus is being naughty. He's just a little bitch. Should I say it? But he is. Jesus is Antifa. Antifa is Jesus. Lady Justice came for the flat earth talk. No, you didn't get your days mixed up, Lady Justice. I almost called her Lady Jesus. We had a little disagreement, but I think we're going to work it out. You don't have any plastic Jesus. Well, everybody needs a little plastic Jesus, Lady Justice. A little bit. All right. Here we go. What else? Lady Justice Flat Earth was scheduled. He was. As long as you put your money in the basket, it puts the money in the basket. Remember that? Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I got to make a meme of that. It puts its offering in the basket. It puts the money in the basket. Put the fucking money in the basket. Remember that? Lady Justice is ready for people to be motivated by the spirit within themselves. Absolutely. Lady Justice, does Carrie need a vacation? She got a little cranky today, or on that one I watched. A little cranky. I think she needs a little time off. A little R&R. Little R&R. Let's see what else we got here. Paladin in the house. And, I have to say it because last night we had Mike King. And I consider Mike King and Paladin, Lady Justice, a a few others, some of the greatest voices that we have breaking down this mainstream media matrix to us. I don't have the time to really go where they go and do what they do, and I'm glad we have them. And I've got to listen to Paladin's new broadcast, and he may be coming on here to talk about that. We're talking about that. So anyway, owning our divine rights as humans is what we need to do. Absolutely. Well, folks, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, who doesn't like a little money in the basket. And I am the mailman. No matter rain, snow, sleet, darkened night, trolls, spam, nothing will keep me, not even detoxing on day 3 of fasting. Nothing will keep me from my appointed rounds. You will see another Paladin Jeffrey show, Lady Justice, if I have anything to do about it, to say about it. Sometimes I bring you bills, you hate me. Sometimes I bring you checks, you love me. But I will always bring you the information. For Tracy Dyer and the great moderators that we have, salute you for being here. Lady Justice Paladin, the rest of our honored guests, thank you for being here. And the 46,000, almost 500 of you, you're our best friends, even though we've never met you. Jerry says, thanks for clearing up mental illness. That's what we do. And thank you to Cynthia, who, without her, this wouldn't be what it is. We appreciate you. We really want the best for you. I'll never push you. I'll never shove you, but I'm not above a little namaste nudge from time to time, should it become necessary. We are the last generation of real humans. We are the last generation of real Americans. Do what we got to do on November 3rd. And do what you got to do every day in your life. Good times were here. They'll be here again soon if we just unindoctrinate ourselves and get busy. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, your mailman, and you've got mail.